Hello, Lutz again, with a brief explanation of the principle of direct return service as the dominating principle of the economy and its replacement in the culture of planetary solidarity. At the moment, this principle is materialized in form of money. You get things or services, and you have to give money for that as a direct return service. The same principle is in force if you use, for example, muscles instead of money, or if you make a direct exchange of things or services, also called barter system. Here I want to emphasize two things. First, here direct return service or direct exchange in an economic sense does not mean reasonable exchange in an indirect sense. For example, it is also a form of exchange or return service if somebody complies with ecological and social duties by doing some form of work and receives everything for the fulfillment of basic physical and psychological needs for free. But this is not a direct but an indirect form of exchange or return service. Second, direct return service means direct return service in an economic sense. In an emotional sense, a direct return service can be quite important. Simple example. You are invited for a meal, the host has cooked, and as a kind of emotional return service, you do the dishes. In the culture of planetary solidarity, the principle of direct return service as the dominating principle of the economy, which is a form of regulation of our human community, would be replaced with better regulations. Briefly said, these new regulations reflect the rights of Mother Nature and the basic physical and psychological needs of humans. More information about these topics can be found in the 1-hour version. In the culture of planetary solidarity, you get everything for the fulfillment of your basic physical and psychological needs for free, without money, without muscles, without direct return service or direct exchange. As an indirect form of return service, you comply with ecological and social obligations, for example, by doing some form of work or in form of ecological and social behavior. Well, this was a brief comment about the principle of direct return service as the dominating principle of the economy and its replacement in the culture of planetary solidarity. Best wishes for all of us, Lutz.